Welcome to second period Algebra 2, Friday, March the 7th. Today's objective will be to add and subtract rational expressions. You want to also be on the lookout for a YouTube bonus that will not be shown during class. If you find it in the video, work it, show all the work and get a correct answer, then you will get 10 extra credit points. And today is the end of the 9 weeks, so you'll have to put that on the fourth 9 weeks. Here is the YouTube bonus for Friday, March the 7th. Algebra 2. The problem is 2 over x minus 1 plus 3 over x plus 3 minus 4 over x plus 2. Solve this problem, show all work, come to the correct answer with all the excluded values, and you will get 10 extra points. And this will go on the fourth 9 weeks. The scoring is the same, 5 points each through here. The smaller boxes are 1, and your lottery numbers are 2, 2, 5, 1, 8. Homework answers from last night. Number 1, you should have x plus 4 over x squared plus 3x plus 2. A common mistake that I'm sure many may have made, maybe not, is that when you subtract a quantity, you change the sign of each item after that minus sign. So it's minus x plus 2. It's not minus x and then just minus 2. So on this, you should also have negative 2 and negative 1 for your excluded values. You get 1 point for having the right final answer and the excluded values, all of them. 1 point for this, 1 point for that. For number 2, you should have x squared minus 14x over x squared plus 2x minus 8, and the excluded values are negative 4 and 2. Just a reminder that if you have minus x minus 2 as a numerator in a fraction, that's the same thing as a quantity. That would be the same thing as minus x plus 2. That changes to a double negative, which is plus. On number 4, I did these out of order, but I can still go to 3. 3 is down here at the bottom. X minus 34 over x squared plus 4x minus 12, and negative 6 and 2 are the excluded values. And then up top to number 4, it should be x plus 14 over x squared plus x minus 2. And the excluded values are negative 2 and 1. Number 5 is 15x squared minus 5x over x squared plus x minus 6. Negative 3 and 2 for the excluded values. And for 6, 13x plus 3 over x squared plus x minus 12. Negative 4 and 3 are the excluded values. If there are any questions, we can always go back to the slide at the end if you need to. Number 7, x squared minus 26x over x squared minus 2x minus 24, and negative 4 and 6 for the excluded values. Number 8 is 5x squared minus 13x plus 12 over x squared plus x minus 30, and the excluded values are negative 6 and 5. Common mistakes on this type of problem would be to automatically assume that this is also an x term as well. In this case, you end up with a 3x squared. You have two x terms that can be simplified as well as a constant at the end.
How do you 5x squared?
5x squared. Alright, we came up with 5x squared. I have to get rid of my red markers.
Oh yeah, it is a 3x. It should be 3x squared.
Alright, so let's see here. We had 3x squared from here, and then that's a 2x and a 12, and this is minus 15x. So did I just write the wrong number?
Yeah,
I should think it should be 3x squared.
Yeah, 3x squared is what it should be. Just a typo. All right, and number 9, 2x minus 18 over x squared minus 6x plus 5. And 1 and 5 are the excluded values. On number 10, 6x squared plus 37x plus 14 over x squared plus 7x plus 10. And the excluded values are -5, -2. Extra credit from last night. The answers are, number 1 is -2x squared plus 8x minus 6 over x squared minus 3x plus 2. And the excluded values are 1 and 2. For number 2, it is 23x squared plus 32x over 3x squared plus 14x plus 8. The excluded values are -4 and 2/3. Number 3, you should have a -27x minus 11 over 6x squared plus x minus 2. And then -2/3 and 1/2. On number 4, 10x minus 40 over x squared minus 7x plus 6. And 1 and 6 are the excluded values. Number 5 is -x squared minus 12x minus 28 over x squared plus 3x minus 28. And the excluded values are -7 and 4. Here's how your notebook check will go. It is very simple. It's worth 1,000 points. The number of items that you must have to get 1,000 will be 70. And an item is considered homework, notes, warm-up quiz, test, things like that. But a homework is only one item. If you have 2 pages of homework, it's not 2 items. It's 1 item. You don't count every page in your notebook. It's just 1 per item. If you have everything, then you'll have 1,000 points. If you're in possession of only 60 to 69 items, then you'll get 900. If you have between 50 and 59, it's 800. 40 to 49 is 700. 30 to 39 is 600. 20 to 29 is 500. 10 to 19 is 400. 1 to 9 is 300, which is extremely generous. If you have just 1 test, you get at least 30% of the points. And nothing at all is 0. The objective today is to add and subtract rational expressions. Should be an R. That's a P, and this is an R. There we go. Here is the example. This is 2x over x plus 3 minus 4 over x minus 1. All right, so we have the sticks in the cup here. What is the first thing that I must do to simplify the problem, to subtract? Murray, what is the first thing I have to do to start this problem? Rayburn. Yes, we have to find a common denominator. And I have the wrong note sheet here, so I have to change that out. And that is first period. We need second period, which is right here. There we go. So Rayburn can get her points. All right. We have to find a common denominator. How do we find the common denominator, Collins? How do we find the common denominator, Gaffney? How do we find the common denominator, Terry? How do we find the common denominator, Lewis? How do we find the common denominator, Smith? Yes, you would multiply them together. So she gets the point. And when I multiply these two items together, what will it look like in the denominator? That goes to Davis. When I multiply these two items together, what would I write as the denominator? That's right, x plus 3, x minus 1 at the bottom of each of these. All right, so next up, I need to find my numerators. How do I find this numerator here? What do I need to do? And that goes to Applegate B.
Multiply 2x by x minus 1.
That's right, I would multiply 2x by x minus 1. And what would I do to find this numerator here? Sexton. That's right, multiply 4 by x plus 3. When I simplify my numerator on this side here, when I simplify this by distributing the 2x, what will I get? And that goes to Applegate M. 2x squared minus 2x is right. What will I get for my numerator here on this side when I distribute this 4 to the x plus 3? And that goes to Blake. Howard. 4x plus 12 is right. Now, when I multiply out my denominator on the bottom, x plus 3, x minus 1, what will I get and put here at the bottom? That goes to Dietrich. And it goes to Johnson. Goes to Collett.
It'd be x squared plus 3x, and then negative, plus 2x minus 3.
That's right, x squared plus 2x minus 3. What will I put as my denominator over here on this side? Klein.
Pass.
What will I put as the denominator on the bottom right? Jones. Same thing, yes, that's right. So we will have x squared plus 2x minus 3.
How did you get that?
When we found a common denominator by multiplying these two together, that were our original denominators, when you actually multiply them together, this is what you get, and since it's the common denominator, it's going to be the same thing over here.
Is it always? Oh, what? Never mind. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing as over there. And it will always be the same thing. Okay, now, what we have to do next is what? What is the next step, Huey? What is the next step after we get all of the sticks in here? Davis. Yeah, we could add across the top, and even if it's subtraction in the middle, you're still adding like terms, so that is right. So we have to go across the top and do 2x squared minus 2x minus 4x plus 12. What will the result be of 2x squared minus 2x minus 4x plus 12? And that's going to go to Jones. And that goes to Klein.
Pass. Because you two ones.
Blake. And Johnson. We'll go to Collett.
I have 2x squared minus 6x plus 12.
All right, 2x squared and then minus 6x plus 12 is right. Remember that you have to do the following. Whenever you have a minus sign here, you're treating this as a quantity, and you're changing that to minus 4x and then minus 12. So this, it just stays the same. There's nothing to combine it with, but you have minus 2x and then minus 4x, which is minus 6x. What goes on the bottom as the denominator, Howard?
Same thing. X squared plus 2x minus 3.
Yeah, x squared plus 2x minus 3. That is right. And next up is finding the excluded values. How am I going to find the excluded values? And that goes to Applegate M.
The
top, we put x plus 3 equals 0 and x minus 1 equals 0.
That's right, x plus 3 equals 0 and x minus 1 equals 0. Set the denominators equal to 0. What is the result of x plus 3 equals 0, Dietrich? What is the result of x plus 3 equals 0, Terry? What is the result of x plus 3 equals 0, Rayburn? Negative 3 is right. What is the result of x minus 1 equals 0, Murray? Huh? 1 is right. Okay. So that means that x cannot be equal to negative 3 or 1.